Jump on you, he's gonna be able to burst you down.
Okay!
Nidalee was not what I was expecting here at all.
I mean, it does play into the range, right? You can actually go.
Khazik's had it figured out. Elk is in a bit of trouble here. Lantern gonna bring Knight over the wall, just looking for the setup. Easy follow-up and a quick kill and first blood for JDG. A kill traded back, however, a bit disastrous to get that goal. To assist in that kill, assist in that dive. It's Nidalee who's taking these early objectives and who's keeping up this jungle clear speed.
It's also really nice.
Middle, hard CC. The big thing about Sign, hold that thought. Coming in, Elk now trying to get the chompers down, but he's just getting cut down. Ruler ready to go forward.
It's been about Kanavi and how he conveyed, but missing that cause.
Here I'm missing. He might just try to burn down the stretch, just instantly going to shred that life bar, taking an opportunity. The spear connects, BLG instantly follow up, the Herald in their eyes, but it's already been smited away. You got trying to keep the fight going, but keep your eyes on Ruler. The Aphelios so damn strong, he's got the backup. You're just walking into him, what's the rule, BLG? I think it's green, white, don't fight, but they're going to try to make it work anyway. Knight over the backside, huge damage. Ruler coming in, it's massive, my God.
The regular split, a lot of it was like, hey, we're going to try and play off of Knight 369, set up for Kanavi to be the carry and do things like this.
Getting aggressive, On going to be in trouble now. Yagao coming over the wall looking for the counter engage. Wild Growth now used, hook going to connect under the Nidalee, but there's no follow-up. Kanavi going to get one in exchange. That's the reset. Frozen Thrall moving forward. Ruler, good guns for AoE, but not good for an extended fight. Yagao just continuing to step in. Shun ready as well. It's all magic damage, but it should be more than enough. The spear sidestep, it's clean for now. Finding the root, trying to turn it back. A bit of damage, but not...
Hit a spear, dive in, try to get that killer, try to get a big chunk, then into the stasis. And if you have everyone...
Are they ready to respond? Ruler over the wall. Can just look to throw down with blue ultimate. It's going to be picked up here. Are they going to actually be able to grab the Eye of the Herald? Over the wall is 369 from downtown. Again, Yagao already using the ultimate. The fight hasn't even kicked off. Bin out of mana completely. Kanavi in the backside. They find one, but it's right into the ult of Ruler. I think we saw this part already. And once again, JDG just finding the fight around the Herald. Zombie Ben will not be a Knight. Knight continuing to frontline here. Can just dash forward, leaping out, ready to blow him a kiss if he needs to. Spear going to connect. Ruler looking for the fall. The mark from downtown. Burn. Oh! Blinking health bar. Elk just barely able to walk away.
I mean, barely, but it's still a big win for JDG. The rocket fired out at the end just to try and get them off the turret, but the turret still falls.
Look at Knight, though.
Ruler, not very good guns, but he can swap off that purple and it could be good. Knight on the flank is going to be big. Keep your eyes on that charm. Yagao looking to shut that flank down, but the charm will stop him from following up for now. Battle lines drawn. Dragon still healthy. Auto-attacking Bin. Back and forth. Ruler ready now for a fight. Herald being popped. Just going to offer an extra point of pressure here. Lines of scrimmage drawn again, looking to reset here. Yagao going to find Knight off to the side. Mid laners trading cooldowns. Knight flashing out to safety. Kanavi in the pit looking to burn this one down. Ruler, a similar story. Very slow fight. It's jungler versus jungler and the dragon in the middle. The knockup going to be big from 369 and Ruler again untouched on the backside. Ben taking out 369. Knight trying to take as much aggro as he can. Yagao looking for the follow up on the Ahri. Kanavi on the retreat for now. BLG are winning the fight, but Ruler looking to take down the objective. Ruler looking to secure the dragon with the help of Kanavi. Kanavi, will he go over the wall? Will he follow? It's been back and forth thus far, but now JDG can look to take over. They're marked. Will he take him down? The Shuriken's coming in. Ruler again taking over. JDG outplaying in the fight in the extended brawl. They take the dragon. They come out on top, and they're killing everybody.
JDG are saying the
Coming into Fog of War, maybe can find an angle to get a fight started. No. The team now going to re-engage anyway. KazaLoLL over the wall, isolating, but they're fighting into the funnel. Ruler with waiting arms is just going to start picking up kills. BLG, desperation times, but it's costing them so much. Been a perfect frontliner, but Elk can't auto. Elk can only slow the W over the wall. He can't get anything else done. That's 2 kills for the Aphelios. There's no fight to be had, and BLG are going to be forced to back away.
I mean, the battle lines were just perfect there for JDG as Yagao's going to look, but never turn around.
Overcommitting, instant turn and burn. Kanavi going to find one. Elk, charm from over the wall. Ruler now godlike.
They had an all right time against the BLG in the finals and in their series, but this is a different story. This is absolute decimation. Look.
And now things are only going to get harder, and you've seen it over the last 2 fights when, Ben or
even
Yagao.
then, at this point, he is going to be under a lot of threat himself. 369 now hitting 14. He's going to be able to start upgrading his teammates' mythics. There's the first one already coming through for Ruler. So the gold lead is even bigger than it tells you.
Walking in, the Ornhorn has been blown, and they're looking to take BLG out of this game. One Knight over the wall in an instant. Everfrost not going to find any purchase. Ruler throwing down big damage with those Calibrum Qs. Moonshots coming in clutch. Bin now isolated. BLG need to follow up here. They're just going to lose the game, but there's no follow-up. There's no room to do anything whatsoever. JDG just choking BLG out of this game, keeping the damage, keeping the pressure. They do not want to give them a single glimmer of hope. That's half his health. That's a 3-item Ruler at 24 minutes. There is no option here for BLG. They get maybe one shot to combo everything, but yeah, JDG not going to let it happen. Lissandra going for the re-engage. JDG just going to set their eyes on the prize, set their eyes on the Nexus. This is the most dominant game one we've seen from JDG in a very long time. Ruler now legendary, 11-1-6. At this point, they're just stat padding because they can end the game whenever they damn well please. JDG kicking off with an incredible showing here at game one.
And incredible stuff from JDG. Play around Ruler, get the 80 card.
Really well for, okay, so it is going to be Kazante mid. So this is what I was kind of wondering about, you know, like, were they just going to lock another tank for 369 on the top side? No, it is going to be the Renekton. This is a matchup we've seen so many times. It really does
really get that damage down. So I'm kind of surprised, honestly, to see this one come through. It does make sense. Like, yes, it's an easier matchup for Bin, but not really getting the same punish as On.
Already on the bottom side of the map, On is in trouble. Alistair early game struggling.
So instead, he's going to run with the top side.
Yeah, and he can get over the wall here unspotted, but he's got to wait for that ball breaker cooldown. You can see 8 seconds remaining on it. So it is going to be a bit, Yagao's trying to keep this off the turret. 369 has to know that Vi could be in the area, but
the charm hits a minion. Yagao doesn't have the charm, he's got the double dash too, but he doesn't even need it. Quick kill back to help them secure this first dragon. Not going to be a Chemtech Soul, which is big for playing through the dragon.
Slice and dice available. Shun gets it, but can he actually take this? We'll see. On is here.
Elk getting the fight now kicked off. Alistair on the backside, pretty tanky. The knockup now coming through. Elk immediately going to cleanse it, trying to keep this fight going. Kanavi walking forward, trying to knock them back. The pullback is there. Vi now going in, but Ruler on the backside as well. And Ruler's just a little bit stronger. JDG again. Then over the wall. Ready to get things started immediately On, gonna get the fight kicked off. They're trying to get to the back line. They're trying to take Ruler out already, but they're still standing, but no, finally cut down. They're finding the fight. Bin finding two. It's massive for the side of BLG. They see their brief moment, they see their angle, and they delete 2 members of JDG.
That's a huge fight for BLG, executing it perfectly. Everyone gets in there onto Ruler, On with the perfect engage. Shun with the follow-up on the ulti. Yagao can come through, everyone piles in on Ruler. They do exactly, but you can see Bin even just kind of proxying here behind the tower. Knight, you know, knowing that the Herald is down, he knows he has to get out of there. He will be fine to just run around. And 369 going to claim a tower on the bottom side at the same time. So Knight is okay to give this up, but they're likely going to take this down. I wonder if they'll just insta-drop Herald for tier 2. Doesn't look like it. They're just going to take the if Alistar goes in. You are not surviving without that ultimate.
Now immediately they're going to collapse. The chain CC is flawless. There's no room for the Ahri to play, but Elk firing back. Massive ulti on the backside of the fight. Elk trying to replicate performance from game one, coming in bigger, trying to come in badder, but the Renekton instantly onto the back line. They're shredding through. The knockups are there. Knight will get taken down, but 369 standing strong. It has been an Elk versus the world, and Ruler remaining untouched. Half health. Can they turn it back? JDG trading blow for blow with BLG.
Side lanes. The further back you push the Soul, the more options you have when you're playing with these split push.
JDG coming in to clear the wave here, but the tower might still fall. One more auto. Yagao gonna fish for it. Will grab it in the end. Mid lane
is where you get to see her really have a better time in these team fights, but even at the moment, if Bin ends up in an isolated moment where he can get on this player that is actually popping the hell off so consistently is super impressive, but might need to do so now.
Double TP's coming in mid, and they got one on the flank missing now, needing to retreat. Ruler, where's he gonna go? Kanavi fishing for the disengage, but it's been on the back line already. They need to get away from this Fiora. The parry now coming out, but Ruler has made it out. The grand challenge to no effect as of yet. The Renekton right into the back line, forcing out so many ultimates. Big damage from the Aphelios, big response from BLG. JDG have to retreat. 369 giving his life, diving in to try to keep the rest of the team ready, but the charm is massive. The parry is huge. The shutdown is there. Yagao looking for a bit of revenge in the mid lane as he finds the triple kill, and BLG will take the fight.
Yagao is going crazy, finds the charm under Ruler. He's not playing cleanse, and he has no chance to survive. BLG crushed the team fight mid lane.
So many issues for JDG, and just like that, it's a Baron for this Fiora to try and
walks forward as well. He's just pushing him back. And so while Ruler and Missing are completely kept out of the fight, Elk is going crazy, Yagao are going crazy. They are free firing, and they crush fourth between these two lanes, trying to be there to support 369 if he needs it. But I do think Bin, given time, is going to knock down that tier 1 mid.
On the Knight is big, massive damage, now dashing out to safety. Elk firing down, Knight holding on for now. Kanavi off to the side, looking to lock up one. The Ahri now taken out again. No, Yagao going golden, he buys a moment. On the backside, Ruler still standing strong for now, but Bin hasn't even entered the fight yet. JDG being pushed back.
Dominated in this entire section of the jungle right now. Not going to be able to really do much to push forward. JDG will just have to kind of walk straight through him.
On the backside poking, Bin in the area as well. JDG just trying to collapse onto the vibe before the fight even kicks off. They get the stopwatch, they get a bit more space. Bin decides this is not the angle that he wants. The entire team now on the retreat. Alt flash gone from Jun, as well as the active from the Radiant Virtue, but fishing now for a charm over the wall on keeping the fight going. Again, just poking away here, missing at half health. Both sides fishing for any advantage they can get, but Elk already shredding through the objective. 3K getting lower. The Dragon will fall in favor of BLG. Will JDG try to force the fight? Elk stack Elk over the wall. He's burned so many resources. He's got no mobility tools left. They need to keep their eyes on the Aphelios, but it's been in the darkness. Been waiting to find that angle into the backline. 5K getting lower. Fiora is in the pit. Fiora is fishing for an angle. 2K. It's getting lower and lower. It's not going to get burned down quite yet. And Ruler for now is uncontested. Yagao in the midst of the entire team. Huge shutdown coming in. And it's Ruler taking over the fight. Yagao running for his life. The zap going to connect. The shutdown is everything. JDG have found the angle. They have found the fight. They have found the shutdown, and they will turn.
Can he look for a steal here? It would be a one-way trip, but he's got no vision, no shot. And JD...
Like Ruler, there is always this bar that you have to hit in those moments where you have to prove you can be clutch. And in that fight, Ruler was clutch.
And I just love when they have this amazing huge play, and it's just cool as you like, no reaction. It's like, this may be the day you almost beat Ruler. But for him, it's just another Sunday, you know?
Side, but again, gold neck and neck. It's really all about team fight execution and setup.
Make that trade as On's now in trouble. Here comes TP.
JDG seeing an angle. They want to try and find it. Knight on the backside. Elk has to be careful, but Ben is there as well. It looks like Alistair is going to be taken out here. On will drop, but it's the TP from Knight.
They'd love to crack open the base as well. Shun trying to get into the, looks like in behind them. They know that they don't have a huge amount of vision around here, so may look for something, but may just actually give up their inhibitor instead.
Excellent play at the end of the day for JDG because they are able to break open that inhibitor. Burned a lot just to get the Alistair, but it's really hard for BLG to fire back without that reliable engage tool. Now it's harder and harder to find these flank angles, especially when JDG are holding on to mid priority, when JDG are dictating the pace of the game. And JDG, I think, is kind of threatening, looking to find an angle. It's been burning the parry a little bit early. I don't think it's going to cost him at this stage. Pretty low cooldown. Knight losing a lot of health, though. JDG have to be careful. Kanavi potentially caught out, but not too concerned quite yet. Queuing back. Arcane Smash, certainly a good start. Jinx ult now coming out. Grand Challenge off to the side. A lot of damage going down. Ben trying to take out Kanavi. Kanavi finding a little bit of CC. He's running for his life. It's a split fight. BLG ready over the wall. Elk, huge damage. Not quite, as it's only connecting on a few. Missing there to body block. The Gale Force, and Ruler just does not quit. This man refuses to lose. Elk, not enough. It's a triple kill. Ruler taking over again in the fight.
Ruler's popping off again, and they can see blood in the water. Yagao will charm 369 for the moment, but he wants to take the game. They want to push us to a game 3, and Yagao is left with his head in his hands as JDG will continue their dominance here.
At the end of the day, JDG found themselves in a deficit, but it's beautiful team fighting, protecting Ruler on the back of Ruler. They move up to match point.
He is so good at it. It is just not fair. The scatters this guy lands, the way that he's actually able to use vision and play fights over walls to find scatters, you know, through walls and get that range extension on the orb. Here, Knight will be moving with him because he has gotten the push. So Shun will be pushed back, but I'm not sure that you can fully commit.
Connecting is big right on the Lulu. Like Knight already ticking down immediately. Ruler just going to step forward, trying to isolate Elk, trying to keep his support alive. First blood coming in for On. They want to keep this one going. The snare. Not going to be
Nautilus. This is exactly where you want to be, but maybe not if Ben ends up running into everything.
Trying to get a few more stacks down. They're now pushing it in. Ben going to get stunned up, but the Nidalee is there as well. They're desperate to try to finish off Ben, but Ben has already walked away. Now pulling back. A clean stun onto 2 from Knight, but who can actually finish a kill? That's Yagao taken out. JDG firing back.
Towards bottom lane, just constantly hovering this matchup. He has seen that's where they're attacking.
Down big, though. Immediately the Thresh taken out. He cannot lantern himself. Well, he can, just for a little shield. Ruler happy to grab that.
Ruler missing, and that's why we're seeing Kanavi playing around that so much.
Oh, connecting onto missing. Elk looking for the angle here. Can find the root, can find the lockdown. Shun now going to try to follow up with the spear. It's big damage, but not quite able to follow. Shun trying to finish the kill. He's going to grab one. Another marked.
Dragon, so they get the Herald, they get the Dragon, they get a kill, stringing together at least some objectives here.
You know how quickly you can take over if you can force fights around these objectives. And Kanavi again fishing for an angle. A cleanse coming out here. The Lantern not quite working out. Ruler finding the kill on Elk. Bit of a caster curse there right as we're talking about it. Ruler finds the angle.
Really nicely done by Kanavi, and now Knight in the mid lane. Shun is trying to get here.
Knockback there. Hook now coming in. Spear connects. Knight's dead in the water. Bit of damage back, but a clean response. Can't quite do it.
Man, that is what I love about
Another hook going forward. Elk just going to try to stack the shotguns, but they don't fully want to go for the dive. Meanwhile, Ben already breaking up in top lane. They're grabbing Herald as well in the meantime. BLG, a massive play.
Grabbing Herald, grabbing mid, grabbing top, Dragon in 35 seconds. BLG were like, look, game 2 went a bit awry after we got a lead, but we're not going to let this game get away from us.
So what I love watching about Elk is just he is so consistent.
Had the initial shot at BLG, going to walk through the pinch here. Ultra Shock Laser not going to connect. Fresh is he actually gonna Hex Flash over the wall. Dragon getting lower and lower. BLG not interested in the objective, instead potentially interested in the fight, but it's 369 on the backside who might just look to isolate the carry. They're cutting through so quickly. Kanavi's health bar and Bin now looking to lock up 369, but Ruler still untouched. Ruler, the chain lightning starting to come through. He's just doing so much damage. The hook finally gonna land, but it's not gonna matter. The wild growth is there. The Zaring is just an inevitability. Ruler, an inevitability. How do they keep doing it? JDG, team fight monsters. Bin on the backside. Blinking health bars on Knight and missing.
And Shun, as soon as that lockup was onto Ruler, there's no follow-up, and now On has to flash away.
On, running. No follow-up there. Ruler just gonna try to finish the job here. Nice sidestep on the hook. Ruler still standing strong. On gets taken out. The TP now coming in. They want to keep the fight going. Keep your eyes on Elk. Snare, just the slow from the Aphelios, actually. Using the blue ult, not going to amount to a lot in terms of CC. Shun continuing to step forward. Bin looking for a little bit more. It's Yagao off on the side of the flank. 369 trying to make it out to safety. At least going to get the pull back onto 2. Knight over the wall, going to land some big damage. Ruler still untouched. Yagao going to land the hook, but the follow-up isn't quite there. Bin finally leaping in. They're trying to kill him, but they can't do it. Ruler, are you kidding me? JDG might just be the best.
This isn't fair. BLG are doing the things you're supposed to do. They're trying to get onto the people you're supposed to.
At what point do we canonize you? At what point do we just have to accept that you're like, you're built differently? Like what? And he's not like a young project. He can just continue to walk up the power of this Whimsy, this duo, a terrifying threat. We haven't seen it have the same impact post-playoffs, but in this game, taking over.
This is the nerfed version. This is a version that's
How many times?
Which is why Jinx and Aphelios kind of started to take over, but Ruler just kind of saying, yeah, that's cool, I'm going to do this anyway. Even with the Jinx banned, they didn't go for it. They were like, hey, look, we're willing to give the Aphelios, Zeri, Lulu, we're happy with this as well.
Now fishing for the angle, though. Again, Bin on the backside. Keep your eyes on Ruler. Ruler's the one that matters. 369, Bin unspotted as of yet. Will they be able to get onto him? Now they finally see the Jack. The fight's still going. The tanky front line is there. He brings him back into the waiting arms of Ruler. He's now legendary, hand delivered. The ulti from the Aphelios goes wide, but they jump into the backside and they take out the Lulu, but I don't think it matters because Ruler is still uncontested. Shun can't keep going, and Ruler stacking, looking for the angle. 369 with a pullback. He finds it immediately. Elk barely able to make it on Simpsy. It's Elk versus the world. Can he get this done? Shun with a poke damage will finally get cut down. Elk and On the bottom lane of BLG. The last 2 left standing. They have to try to get it done, but they don't have the damage. They don't have the power, and they certainly don't have Ruler. They're standing tall. They're going to take the Dragon.
Questions were asked whether JDG were going to show up at MSI, and they have been silenced. JDG are a fighting machine, and they just won't stop.
On to Baron. What feels like last chance for BLG as JDG get further and further ahead. It has been over the wall. It is Yagao in the pit. Can they make it work? 2K getting lower. A stun is going to be massive. The shutdown of the night could be the start of a perfect fight. Elk waiting over the wall. Then Italy stealing it. Elk untouched. It is time for the Aphelios to shine, but it is Giga Bin in the back line, finding a way to make it work. JDG overstep, and they will be punished. BLG come alive here in the third.
Huge play there. The spear early onto Knight got him very low, and then it was Bin over the wall to finish Knight off before he could get the Zhonya's out because he was chunked down from that spear. And Shun gets in, steals the Baron. A 1K shutdown goes for
a quick cleanse out from him. Not going to burn anything else here. Elk still stepping forward, though. Has to be careful. Just gets pulled back and deleted. That is not. 9 continuing to poke. Spheres being laid down by Knight. Ready for the angle. Big sphere onto missing. Ruler continuing to try to find it. The ult going to go in under Ruler. Bin going to try to isolate that target, but Kanavi there to body block. Kanavi there to keep the Jacks at bay. Ruler ready to fire back. 369 popping the Gargoyle Stone Plate. It's a slow, controlled fight from both sides. We're waiting for it to pop up. A massive hook on a Ruler. Now they're trying to find the angle. 369 to the backside. Ruler backing up. And again, they burned all their CC, and it means Ruler gets to run rampant. If you want to kill a god, you become a god, but they are not close. Ruler making it through the fight, tearing through again. All it took was a moment. All it took was a few cooldowns to fall away, and JDG take the fight.
The patience, the team fighting, it is incredible from JDG. They peel back, they keep Ruler safe, he finds his moment, and they are marching down mid lane. I think they're gonna look for the end. I think this one is potentially, wow, they're not gonna actually do it. There's 20-some seconds. I thought they were gonna at least try to push through, but with Bin up, they wanna guarantee the Dragon here, I guess. I thought they could have gone way more aggressive on that.
At least get an inhibitor or something out of it, you know, but want to go back towards the Dragon, and I mean, Chemtech Drake isn't exactly the strongest, so I'm surprised they don't just try to go for that instead, but look, either way, I mean, JDG, they come
in comes Bin for the counter-strike. Surely now is the time. Nope, missing actually knocks you up out of that jump with your ult, and now back to live.
Kanavi hooked up. Elk free firing for now, but it's just on the Sejuani. It's a slow extended fight. Kanavi about to get burned down here. They're looking to break through the tank line. They're going to find one. 369 needs to be careful now. Will they fish for the re-engage? Right now, a man advantage for the side of BLG, waiting on cooldowns. Waiting for another opportunity to push forward. Maybe going to threaten the Baron here. Big risk. Syndra waiting over the wall, but there's no jungler, there's no smite. Maybe they can get it done. The hook not quite going to connect. Missing getting lower and lower. These spears just continue to land. Shun making good on the commitment to Nidalee in the draft. That one going a bit wide. Ruler hooked up. Ruler able to make it out. A massive scatter. Ruler again just needs to continue free firing, but BLGC, they know that they need to back away. The ulti from Zeri is so key to the damage output, and now they see their opportunity to go in once again. The ult not going to be very effective. Ruler still untouched for now. 369 unkillable. Bin just desperate to get into the backline, but again, the knockbacks just keep coming. Ruler wants to keep dealing damage, and JDG are doing everything in their power to keep him safe.
4 seconds until Kanavi. BLG are trying to burn down the Baron because they know he's coming.
Over the wall. Again, the body block there to make sure that Ruler is untouched, but finally a hook's going to land. But no, again, the scatter. They just will not let Ruler drop. JDG so good at protecting the President. The President's about to rain hell onto the front line of BLG, but Elk ready now to fire back. Red and white, but they're still going to fight anyway. They don't give a damn. Ruler backed up by the team again, finding a way into the fight. JDG are just too damn good.
In a display of some of the best team fighting we have ever seen, JDG. Someone is there to back them up time and time and time again. First, it's the
JDG popping off. Ruler looking insane. The peel for him. And now, with that Baron in tow, you just get to put the foot down.
Now is stuck out here. They're going to kill him off. Ruler now finds his moment as another scatter lands to go aggressive on Elk. As soon as he's down, easy sidestep on the hook. In he goes again, and now JDG have had enough. They are trying to close this one out.
My God. Look at the jungle mid duo there. Knight as well. So much damage just protecting, but now they need to keep Ruler alive. Once again, the knockup is there. The chain CC finally coming in. Maybe they've finally taken Ruler out. They found the angle. They found the shutdown. I thought it was impossible, but finally they will break through the 80 carry. Elk continuing to step forward. Can they keep the fight going? The hook now going in. Knight still standing for now. A double kill for Knight. Knight going golden. He's just too damn strong. He's a triple. He's 9-3. He's got the death cap. He does so much damage, but the Aphelios is there. It has been an Elk breaking through. JDG finding the angle, staying alive.
It's so tough to take him down once, let alone again, as they're going to have to do here.
Bin on the backside again, looking for an angle. Knockback there from the scatter. Kanavi continuing to step forward. Ruler untouched for now, still has the ultimate proc, continuing to step. Looking to break open the dragon. They get the dragon, they get the soul. That's a big start to the fight. Ruler still untouched on the backside, leaping forward to make sure that the Aphelios ult doesn't get to anyone else is Kanavi. 369 on the backside, getting cut down by Bin. Bin doing so much damage, but the Gargoyle Storm Plate is there to keep him alive and healthy. They find one missing, taken out of the equation, but they get the soul. Trying to burn through this Baron as quickly as possible, but the fight is going to be all that matters. 4K getting lower, desperate to finish this one. Nidalee over the wall, and again, the steal coming through. BLG trying to make the impossible possible. Elk on the backside, untouched. Green and white now trying to get out to safety, but he's pulled back into the middle of the team, and the 80 carry is down, so it is all eyes on Bin. Polymorph missing, taken out. Bin needs to get everybody else if they want to win this one, but already the fight falling apart. Will Bin be enough? He's trying to finish off Ruler. Ruler's standing, and at the end of the day, Bin is strong, but he cannot take out JDG.
JDG find the win once more. It was so damn close, but the door is shut, and JDG will take the base.
And JDG reminding us why they are the best team in the LPL. They proved it against BLG once, they'll prove it a second time here. They will prove it a third, and now they can prove the opportunity to be the better than the best seed from the LCK as they will face T1 in the next round.
What an incredible series here. It is just so incredible to watch from JDG. And to take them down, they're so clearly not an easy answer. This team looks so ridiculously strong across the board. They coordinate so well. They combine so well to enable Ruler, who is just playing out of this world.
But it doesn't even look like they need to communicate. It's just immediately on the same page. Everyone knows what their job is. Everyone knows exactly what they need to do. And as a result, Ruler just looks absolutely incredible. And this now is a team that is so terrifying. I mean, look, we obviously have T1, Gen G that look incredible themselves, but I really want to see these teams face off against each other because that's going to be absolutely insane.
It's going to be so exciting, and it also means that the lower bracket affair will be set. G2 will be going up against BLG. So the LEC will have a crack here at the LPL at MSI and see if they can do some damage against a team that has looked more vulnerable, I think, than some of the others, though they're still.
But, I mean, I think what's so incredible about a game like this is, and a series like this, is that Elk looked like a monster in every other series, and today is the only day we've really seen him outclassed across his entire journey in the tournament thus far. And the difference there is a terrifying prospect because Elk was monstering Western teams already. So like, how big of a gap is there going to be? G2 obviously hopeful, but it's going to take still a tall task to take down BLG.
I think this is the first time we really got to see what BLG are capable of, though, because we've seen Bin hasn't exactly had the best performances all split, or sorry, all MSI, and this really felt like the time where we got to see, okay, BLG, when you are tested, what can you show? And I think now this is going to be a bit of a step up and see if the LEC team in G2 can go up against them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with Bin's level of performance, you know, on the 2 carry games, the Sion game was somewhat forgettable, but on the 2 carry games, I think he would have run over most teams at this tournament with that level of performance very, very easily.
Yeah, the Jax was terrifying, but as good as Bin was, 1+ player of the series, pretty easy call, I think, from this desk, from just about everywhere in the world. It's no surprise to say that it's Ruler. Of course, the entire team set him up for success, but he made it count every single time.
I mean, this is just a thing of beauty, right? Like, there is so much content that could be made around how JDG actually team fights because everyone is of one mind. It's like you said, Dex, it doesn't even feel like it needs to be communicated because everyone knows their role in the fight so incredibly well. Everyone knows who they're marking. Everyone knows what abilities they have to block, what abilities they have to dodge, how they have to handle these fights. And it was not even believable almost, that 1-4v5 fight that was lasting so long around the Baron, you know, how they're dancing back and forth was just amazing.
But it's the layering of it. It says, like, the fact that you end up, you know, it's almost like they know, okay, well, Lulu Polymorph is used first, then we use Scatter the Weak, and it's just this, like, beautiful musical symphony that as they just go through, they know exactly what note needs to be hit at the right moment.
I mean, it's a perfect call out. How many times do we see teams burn multiple abilities or multiple pieces of CC at the same time? It's all the time, even in professional play, and yet here, everyone knows their job. Nothing is wasted, and it means that you can never get on top of Ruler. You know, a fantastic thing to see from this team as a whole. And JDG, I think we'll see how they face up against the LCK, our first real opportunity to compare regional strength, but certainly looking like one of the favorites for the tournament.
Absolutely, they are. And I mean, the LPL, MSI has been their tournament, right? They have been dominating for so long. It's not since 2017, I believe, has the LCK actually won MSI. It was back to the T1 roster where Huni was still playing on T1, right? This is a long time ago. LCK trying to take that title back.
Yeah, we'll have to see how far the LPL and the LCK can go. For now, though, let's head over to Lore and Knight in the Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you so much, Dracos and Knight. Thank you so much for joining me after this very one-sided series against BLG. 3-0 for you guys today. I want to talk about the final moments of the game because you were racing to the base. BLG managed to fight back, and there was a lot of back and forth. How did you not manage to close out the game sooner?
欢迎 Knight 来到我们的赛后采访，恭喜今天京东3-0非常强势的一边倒的局势拿下了这场的比赛。首先第一个问题想问到的是，在第3局最后其实有一波你们已经上到高地了，但是那一波 BLG 也是力挽狂澜，他们好像没有阻止了你们一波的这样的一个这一波团战，所以你觉得在那一波团战发生了什么？哪一个部分可能会是做得更好一点？之后呢，又是要怎么样去解决这条比赛？
就第3盘可能具体什么我也忘了吧，但那时候有点放松了，所以就给了他们很多机会。
Actually, I not really remember clearly. Maybe I was a little bit relaxed though, or so just gave them some opportunity like that.
Well, got caught in the moment. That makes sense. But let's take a step back and talk about the mid lane meta. So far, we've seen 21 champions played on the mid lane at MSI 2023. But we usually see Ari, Lissandra, and Annie. What do you think of the diversity of the mid lane meta here at MSI?
到目前为止，2023年 MSI 的舞台上呢，我们已经看到了21个不同的中单英雄，其中最多的可能是阿离、丽香卓和安妮。你是怎么样看待当前版本的一个多样性的呢？
我觉得这版本可能安妮狐狸比较强吧，然后其他中单都能玩，就都可以用一下。
Actually, I do think that Annie and Ari are really strong in this meta. Maybe the other mid laner. Sorry, you mentioned Knight 是说其他的中单英雄还是？
其他中单英雄都差不多，都可以用。
No, the other mid laner champions are just the same.
Just the same, but we keep on seeing the same ones. You managed to play Syndra today. I know you love this champion a lot. Tell me about your love for Syndra.
今天也是看到 Knight 拿出了辛德拉这个英雄嘛，大家都知道你很喜欢玩这个英雄。今天拿出辛德拉这个英雄，感觉怎么样呢？
感觉挺爽的吧，和以前差不多。
It feels pretty good, but just like other Euro.
All right. A lot of flexibility, of course, from your side, Knight. Next in line, T1 and Faker on the mid lane. Of course, a matchup that fans will be expecting. Are you as excited as they are to face off against Faker? And tell me about the matchup.
下一场呢，你们将要和 T1 对决，同时呢，也有很多粉丝和观众朋友们都期待着你和 Faker 选手的交手。你自己也和大家一样期待这一场对决吗？
我自己也挺期待的吧，因为 Faker 是名传奇中单，我就想BO5击败他。
Actually, I'm really excited about it because Faker is a legendary mid laner. I really want to beat him in best of 5.
It's gonna be an insane matchup, of course. Last question for you. So many fans here cheering for you today night. Is there anything you want to tell them?
最后一个问题，今天现场来了非常多的粉丝和观众朋友们支持你，Knight 选手有没有什么想对大家说的？
谢谢大家支持吧，我们下场会赢下 T1 的。
Thank you so much for your support. We will beat T1 in next matchup.
And thank you so much for the
Thank you.
interview night, Cheche. Christina, thank you so much for your help and congrats on your very first time on the international stage.
Thank you.
That's all for us here at MSI. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for the North American fight C9 versus Golden Guardian. Stay tuned.
This matchup, he has seen that's what they're attacking.
Down big though, immediately the Thresh taken out. He cannot lantern himself. Well, he can just for a little shield. Ruler happy to grab that kill. Force fights around these objectives. And Kanavi again fishing for an angle. A cleanse coming out here. The lantern not quite working out. Ruler.
In the mid lane, Shun is trying to get here.
Knock back there. Hook now coming in. Spear connects. Knight's dead in the water. Ruler still untouched. Now gonna land the hook, but the follow-up isn't quite there. Pin finally leaping in. They're trying to kill him, but they can't do